right, my name is Jessica. I'm here to talk to you today about just excess device use and to hopefully motivate you to put down the device and do something kind of productive. Um, we all kind of use our devices quite often. You know, it's just part of life these days. A few things we're going to talk about today is just product benefits. You know, we all kind of know the benefits of a product of, a cell phone, anything like that. But we're also going to talk about some negative effects as well as some solutions to help you kind of be mindful of putting that cell phone down. So product benefits, obviously, basics, phone calls, text messages, just kind of keeping in touch, calendar, alarm clocks. I know I use my flashlight like probably way more than we should. I use it like every day. Just finding my charger when I'm in, my husband's sleeping and I'm trying to find my charger. So I use my flashlight constantly. It's probably one of the best features they've ever put on a cell phone. So how much is one on their cell phone per day? It says that average people are usually on there about 3.5 hours per day. Peak times are about 5 to 8 p.m. This is usually when people are off of work, home from school, just kind of trying to unwind. It does show that people usually on an average touch their phone more than 2,000 times per day. Maximum, a lot of people have said they're on their phone about 8 hours per day. According to the audience analysis, a lot of people in our kind of group were about 3 to 5 hours per day even. So quite often. It does show that back in 2011, a lot of Americans, only 35% of us even owned a cell phone. So now it's about 85%. So just the increase of amount of people who have actually owned a cell phone has increased quite significantly. So again, just kind of being aware of that. Negative effects. I've had this before and I've never had to put a term to it until I was doing this, but tech neck. When you're like kind of slouched down and you like look up for a second, you're like, oh, my neck is just killing me from looking down at your phone for too long. Just that kind of strain you put on your neck there just from being on your phone or device. Obesity actually is another negative effect. A lot of blue light, which we get from artificial devices or light in general. I know like light bulbs and stuff do have blue light, but devices are right in your face, a lot more kind of prone to it. But blue light does actually decrease two hunger hormones in your body called ghrelin and leptin, and the decrease in these two hormones actually don't regulate during the daytime because of blue light. So you are not knowing if you're full or if you're hungry. So you tend to kind of not have those kind of regulations throughout the day. So people do tend to eat a little bit more. Shorter attention spans. So back in 2000, people were proved to have at least like 12 seconds of attention span. Now it's about 8 seconds. A common goldfish is 9, so we actually have a like shorter attention span than even goldfish. It does show that like this is due to like instant gratification and as well as chemical in the brain, dopamine, that is released. It's a feel-good hormone. And so kind of thing when you're like scrolling, even on social media, you're only allowed to like post a certain time frame of a video. You're not allowed to have it exponentially long. And that's due to that, that dopamine release. And people tend to kind of get bored or done with it, so they'll scroll on, they won't finish it. So this actually is also related to like gambling addictions. People kind of need that dopamine and that instant gratification and that alert. You might not want any money, but it dings and you're like, oh, what's going on? And so it does kind of release those hormones within your body to kind of alert you and release those chemicals. So your brain, actually, a 5-year cohort study did show that not only was there an increase in musculoskeletal arthritis in the body, but there's actually a structural change within the brain. It does show that there's a smaller density of gray matter within the brain due to excess device use. This has been linked to decreased cognitive control as well as social emotional imbalances. Along with the social emotional imbalances, a lot of things like cyberbullying have been on the rise due to so many people having devices at hand now. A study on 13 to 18-year-olds by Cox Communications, 15% have been bullied either online or through a device. 10% were strictly through a cell phone itself, and 5% of those teens had actually done it themselves to somebody else. So this, again, cyberbullying, and as well as that social emotional regulation, does increase anxiety as well as depression in most people. Phobias. Actually, a lot of people have developed phobias over this. The nomophobia is the fear of going without your phone completely. I've had this kind of where I like forget it at home, and I'm like constantly looking for it. I probably, like, if I left it at home, I go to work, and it's like I catch myself several times looking for my cell phone. I'm like, that's right, I left it at home. You know, I'm not afraid of leaving it anywhere, but I still like, oh, where did it go? How did I leave it? You know, they are expensive these days. Textphrenia is a fear of not being able to send or receive texts. And then something that I also know that I've done several times before is phantom vibrations, where you think that your phone is alerting you. And I've done it so many times where I like looked for my pocket or something and like felt like a vibration and it's not even there. So I myself, I'm sure everybody else here has probably felt that. So some solutions that we can kind of be more aware of would just be to turn off your notifications. I would hope that everybody would kind of just be aware of this as well. Like, again, that kind of instant gratification or that alert that dopamine releases when your phone does ding. And it's just like a thing from Facebook. Like, I don't need to watch that right now. I can put that away. You know, if it's an emergency, obviously have those kind of notifications on. But not charging your phone near your bed can also be a thing. You're not available around the clock at that point. And it can help you sleep better and not want you to like, that blue light does keep you up at night, so you tend to kind of push it aside or keep it out of the way. Set a longer passcode. Setting a longer passcode can stop you from being able to like just do a quick, you know, swipe on your phone and it's open, and here we are. So that kind of takes more time, and you're kind of like, nah, you know, it kind of brings you to that level of I'm just going to put this down. I did read that somebody actually gave up their phone for Lent. If a lot of, I don't know if anybody here knows what that is, but it's just kind of where you give up something that you love. A lot of people give up like chocolate, something like that. Somebody gave up their phone. It was, you know, they said that it was like, I didn't give it up completely. You know, I still did text messages, phone calls, but I didn't do excess applications. You know, anything else that I wasn't playing games, I wasn't on social media for those 40 days. So I think that's actually was really cool that somebody could kind of be more aware for those 40 days. So. Kind of contradicting, but a social influencer named Brad Soroka, he actually had the idea of putting a rubber band around your phone, and that way it's like in the middle of your screen, and it brings that mindfulness to you when you pick up your phone and you go to use it. That, like, what is my intention to use this phone? Why am I doing this? And it's kind of like when people would like put an X on their hand to help, or like a string around their finger to help you remind you of, you know, I'm going to forget something, so I'm going to tie the string around my finger so I won't forget it. That rubber band does, again, just kind of brings that mindful awareness to you, and it's not harmful, you know, it's just kind of in your way, and you're like, I can just put this down. So some benefits of not using a device or a phone so often. Like I said, the blue light does kind of interrupt your sleep, and it kind of does change, you know, the way your brain works and functions, so you do get better sleep. More production, as well as less anxiety. I know that when I am more productive in life, and I kind of get those tasks checked off my list, that I tend to have less anxiety because I have done these things that I've been putting off for days. You know, it's like, why do today when I can put it off till tomorrow? It's like, today's yesterday's tomorrow, so let's just get it done and put the phone down and just get those things done. And I tend to feel better about, you know, having those things taken care of. So. Just an overview, again, just kind of the products and benefits of, you know, what devices are. We all know that in society today, you know, cell phone is needed. It is, you know, very much beneficial to life, but just being aware of, you know, how it affects your life. And again, like I said, like cyberbullying or just the tech neck, you know, just that it can cause arthritis in the neck, those kind of things. And just kind of being mindful and maybe putting down your device and doing something else around the house or something like that would just be beneficial. So, thank you. Any questions?